Hey, everybody. Here we are with Lee Uehara, and we are going live. And this is our first time, which is why I wanted to bring my friend with me so we could hang out with you guys. Hey, Lee, how's it going today?
Hello, hello. It's going well. I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you so much for bringing me along this exciting journey of yours.
It's going to be fun. And we could talk about all things court, but Lee is not one of our court people. But don't worry, I am going to get her into that. And so she can talk about that with us next time because that was something completely different to her. So, yeah, but that's okay because we're going to talk about something totally different today. Because if you are anywhere online, you hear these things, even if you're not in our podcasting YouTuber community, that people can make you money. You hear it on infomercials, you hear it anywhere. I can get you six figures in 6 months. If I hear that one more time, I will have to punch someone in the face. But this book, Million Dollar Weekend. Okay, I love Noah Kagan.
Wait. Put that up again. Slower. There you go.
Million Dollar Weekend by Noah Kagan. Also, in this book, okay, I love Noah. If you don't know Noah, you've probably heard of things like AppSumo or Mint.com. He had a lot to do with that. But they were giving that away for free. And he's like, I don't really want to spend my time doing that. But he's a really cool guy. And he talks in here about making a big ask. So I did. I said, Noah, come on my show. He did not respond. So he does have a big ass. But they were giving that away for free. And he's like, I don't really want to spend my time doing that.
I'm trying to turn that off.
How
does
he's
that
a
happen?
really cool guy. And he talks in her thing.
I was trying to jump on, so for those of you watching, if you're watching, we are in a studio and I wanted to put on the Jen Hardy YouTube channel so I could sort of see it in real time in case there are comments or anything, and you caught me.
That's a good idea, though. I like that idea.
Right?
We just have to keep, sound. Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. All right. So yeah, let's see, where are we? How do we find ourselves? This is a good question, guys. We're doing this for the first time.
Oh, your hubs is giving you hearts.
Oh, he's
Hi, David. How you doing?
Oh, it says live. Oh, there we go. I found it. We got Dave. All right. I need to send a message to some people. But then we're going to get court questions, and you're going to be like, what?
Well,
what?
bring them on. Do you mind creative answers?
Oh my gosh, that is so fun. Things like, what is a sovereign citizen? So sovereign citizens are people that follow the original parts of the Constitution, but do not acknowledge laws that have been made since then. So things like you are allowed to travel without having to procure a certificate or whatever. Then they're like, well, then I don't need a driver's license. So whatever. And then it gets interesting in court.
Well, one thing that comes to mind for me when you mention sovereign citizen and court and everything is I am a big fan of the Jack Reacher book series by Lee Child. And they met some people, as you mentioned, in one of the books. But anyway, any Jack Reacher fans out there? Like the book, not the Tom Cruise movies, because that wasn't the real Jack Reacher character. But anyway.
Not quite the same.
No. So we're talking about the $1 Million Weekend.
We are talking about the $1 Million Weekend because while I am sick of all these things, Lee, let's, you know what? We have so many different business ventures that we have started, you and I. We have been friends for a long time and we go back and forth about these things. We both have written several books. We're working on our audiobooks. Have you finished one of yours yet?
No, because my house is too noisy. I wish they would all just go to work and stuff, Yes, the Amazon series is amazing. Okay, sorry, go on. Yes, we've started so many things. And, one of the tips in the $1 Million Weekend is to focus on one thing. So we have to cut out everything else, claim your stake in the ground, the sign, what you're doing, hang out that one shingle. And that's one of the tips. Jen?
Well, I have one shingle and then it has, those little chains of like, take a few more things down to it. Dave and I sat and we made a list of all the things we do after I filled in my LinkedIn bio. And I thought, no one person can do all those things. And I was. So we crossed off half of them, we cut half of them, and it felt painful at the time, but the next day I was very thankful. But it's hard. So what are some of the things that you have going on? I see the world of bazzu up there, and I know that's a new thing that's really exciting. You want to talk about that for a minute?
I would love to. Basically, Bazzu is this bear creature. He's gender fluid, so he may wear a dress one day. Who knows? I don't know. Depends on how he feels. But I created him in 2014 for my son, and then I never really did anything much with him. I mean, I put him on Etsy for a little while, but then I decided 2024 is his year. It's the year not of the dragon or the mouse or the rat. It's the year of the bazoo.
I love it.
And so he's going to be in cards, stickers, books, you name it, socks, whatever, t-shirts, whatever you can imagine him to be on, that's where he'll be. But basically, his job and role in life is to bring love, joy, humor, and a side of learning to people of all ages, and including highly sensitive people. So he's meant to help uplift and pick you up on a day when you might not be feeling so great.
I like that. I feel like the world needs a whole lot of that. So that is really good timing. That's so cool. All
Thank
right.
you.
So what made you decide to want to do it?
Because he brings me joy creating him and creating his world. And I don't know how to draw really, so it took me a long time to create him. And I say this because if you watching out there think that you can't do something, do it anyway. Do it anyway. That's what I'm doing.
There you go. I love it. And he's so cute.
Thank you. I
He's
appreciate
so
that.
cute and very huggable, so. And you're making the merch. Lee is making her merch. I like to make my own merch too. It's
Yes.
I don't know.
Have Cricket will make merch.
Right? Oh my gosh, the cricket. I'm loving the cricket. Except everything with my cricket is glittery.
Yes, yes. So Jen has been wearing a lot of sequins and sparkles lately, and I was like, oh, let me see what I have in my closet. So I'm copying you. And you know what? Here's the thing. Along those lines, every female identifying person should own a tiara and wear it once in a while. I tell you what, when you put that thing on, it changes one. It does.
Really?
It's like, ooh. So if you've never worn a tiara, put one on.
I have never
I
worn
guess
a
if you're
tiara.
a guy, then you could put on a crown, but like get a good one.
Yeah. Also, yeah, because like my closet looks like I should be working in Vegas. I have my whole office closet.
What's wrong with Vegas?
Oh my gosh, right. Well, but yeah, it's crazy. So because I found ThreadUp, I don't know if you guys have ever been on
Oh,
ThreadUp, but
yes.
it's like a consignment thing, but
Right,
you can
right.
get new stuff in there.
And you know what? ThreadUp was someone's $1 million idea on a weekend,
It absolutely
right?
was. And how they're making it happen, I have no idea. But let me tell you what, there's a lot of secret clothes on there, and now they're all in my closet. Well, I have a whole closet just for this. Is that
That's great.
crazy? But I
No, that's
don't have a
called
tiara.
wardrobe.
And now my husband's going, "Oh my gosh, her birthday's coming up and she's gonna want a tiara."
Tax deductible. Oh, what? Yes, get a
Right?
tiara, people,
Well, that's
or
what
a
he says about
crown.
my nails too. He's like, "Because this is not what I would normally do." Like, if you can see, like,
Wow, look at you.
so should we not? Right? She made them very long.
Wow.
Um,
I'm short nail girl because I studied martial arts and you don't want to scratch your opponent, so or your sparring partner. But or maybe you do. I don't know.
Maybe you do when you're, yeah. I
Yes.
used to do martial arts, and then there was a injury situation, and
Oh,
I quit
yes.
that because,
I'd
yeah.
never dislocated a shoulder before martial arts.
Oh, but I think it's good. I think everybody should have some sort of skills, like self-defense skills or whatever. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. But can we go back to $1 million Weekend? Because
let's
I
do it,
think
'cause this is what we talked about.
that's what we told people we were talking about,
Yeah,
isn't it? Or
is that what I said? Did I really?
I don't remember. Anybody put in the comments, what did we say we were going to share
This
today?
is Noah Kagan's $1 Million Weekend. Now, the book had a bright green cover, but
Yes.
covers drive me crazy. I take them off as soon as I get them, kind of like little girls with Barbie clothes. I don't
Yes.
know. So this is the thing. The reason that this book is different is because he actually has actionable things from chapter one. Like his first thing is you go out and you ask your friends to each give you $1 because asking for money is hard. So
But
did you
but but didn't he say ask for the dollar to buy your product
to
or
go
just
no,
the dollar?
just $1 to go towards your
Oh,
business
hey
because
Jen, can I have $1?
yes, you can. I'll mail
Can you
you it.
Venmo me that?
There you go. Oh, yeah, right. Tell Apple Pay it. But the thing is, because a lot of people, it's making that first ask that's hard. So you practice asking something that you know you're going to get a yes, right? And his dad was an immigrant, and he came, and his dad would go door to door, and he would go with him sometimes, and there were so many no's, and he would say, "Isn't this depressing?" And
Selling copier machines, right?
yeah. And his dad's like, no, this is exciting because I know that out of so many no's, I'm going to get a yes. So I'm just going to keep going. And he had this thing. And, so before I knew, and if you do MLM, I'm sorry, but before I knew how you don't really make money, I tried that. And, the whole every no gets you closer to a yes thing, but it's actually true. And you get to practice how you're going to ask for things, right? And then the
Right.
other thing is make a big ask of somebody. So my big ask was asking Noah to come on the show, and he didn't respond at all, but that's okay because I've also made a couple other big asks and I got yeses. And so there we go. I got really cool people to come on. In fact, Lee's coming back when we do our panel that I'm very excited about. So I'll just talk about that for a second because it's going to be cool. We've got Judge Rosie that I did interview once. She is amazing. And she's a judge in Texas. And we've got Lee, who lives in, fancy pants, New York. And then I've got a friend from the Congo that lives in the US now that's a single mom that had a stroke at 33 and still owns her own business, even though she's a single mom of three kids.
Wow.
She has surpassed all the odds. And then there's me, and I live on this island. I have 7 kids that are not all here. And then we have a representative that, okay, now I can't remember the state that she's in, but Representative Garcia. And she's a veteran and she's done all these things. And so it's going to be this very eclectic group coming together. And the whole point is we're all so different. And where we started is all so different, but we're all basically our the goals are the same, right? And so I think that's one of the things I want to do on this channel is have a whole bunch of different people. Don't want everybody to just look like me and come from my background. I want, people to see that we can all come together and get along because I don't think we see enough of that right now.
Okay.
And that was
Okay.
Rosie's idea, and it went along with my thing. Anyway, so $1 million, Lee. Do you think
Yes.
that somebody could make a plan in a weekend to make $1 million and then go out in the next year and make that $1 million?
Anything is possible. The main thing that Noah says, let me check my notes here. That's why I'm looking askew,
Yeah.
is to basically take action. So once he says the biggest thing is that people will listen to the webinars and the shows and even this show that we're on now. If you do not take action, you will not get to 1 million. You won't even get to that $1 if you don't take action. So the things you need to do are ask for the dollar. And the other challenge, he says, is go to a coffee shop. And when you're ordering your coffee, then ask for a 10% discount. Now, most likely they'll say no, but you'll get used to asking and overcoming fears of rejection and no. And then you need to also, and then it says never start a business until you can convince 3 people in 48 hours to pay you for that said service, product, or business item, widget that you're selling. And then say again.
That is one of the most important things because as creators, we have 10,000 ideas, but just because it's brilliant to us does not mean it's brilliant to even 3 other people,
That's right.
right?
And yes, can I go on or
Go
should
on.
I?
Yeah.
Okay. He says lesson number 2 is to tap into 4 sources to come up with that $1 million business idea. So what that means is, can you solve a problem that you have, that you're frustrated with something? Or can you create or have something that complements an already bestseller? For example, Could you make iPhone cases for the next iPhone that's coming out? Then the other thing is to look at all the marketplaces, Etsy, eBay, Craigslist, and people are trying to spend money. So what are they looking for? Be their solution. And then Google what people are Googling, type in how to, and see what comes up.
There you go. And I think, you know what? It's brilliant because all of those things, during the gold rush, who made the most money during the gold rush? Do you know? 'Cause
Saloon owners? I don't know.
no,
No.
actually, people who sold shovels.
Ooh, good one.
So you want to be the shovel. And Levi Strauss came up with denim then. And so he was number two, actually, because people needed clothes that lasted because they weren't coming down off those mountains to chain. They were in the same pair of pants for a very long time. And so, but shovels. And so that's it, it's like the iPhone case, right? Like you need to come up with a thing that complements what people are buying. And then another thing he talked about was you need to know what your price is, how much it costs you to make the thing or procure the thing or whatever, and how many you need to sell to make your $1 million, right? So if you need to sell 1,000 of something to make your $1 million, you could bundle it and then you'd only into like say a pack of three, and then you'd only have to sell a third of that, right? And so there's all these different creative things. And I just thought, I don't know, it was interesting to me. And people are struggling right now because I don't know what's going on. There's both people that cannot get work and
Mm.
businesses that can't get employees. It's very confusing to me. We just went to a restaurant last night and there's a sign up and it said, we can't, people are not coming to work. So please be kind to the people that are here because there's so few people that are showing up. So yeah, that's
Wow.
the whole thing. But I don't know. Do you know the answer? I don't know the answer.
Well, I'm sorry. What's the question again?
How are there both? Because there's been times in our history where there weren't enough jobs, right? Like during the Great Depression or whatever, where people just legit didn't have jobs. But now we both have people that don't have jobs and we have jobs that don't have people, and it
Hmm.
confuses me.
Well, needs are probably changing. Supply and demand is changing,
Yeah.
possibly. I
Well, and
don't
I
have,
guess, things like servers and checker, like those jobs are going away.
but Noah Kagan, in one of his YouTube show episodes, he was saying that there are billionaires who have made their fortune based on their hands. So AI and robots are not going to replace a plumber or someone who fixes roofs or someone who repaves yards or driveways. So if you can work with your hands in that way where there is no competition from a robot or a computer generated anything, that's also a win as well.
Big time. And I think, it's funny because people kind of get funky about like blue collar jobs sometimes and they're judgmental about them. But
Mm.
honestly, I think number one, there is no shame in having any of those jobs because we need all of them. And I mean, it's real important to have a plumber when you need a plumber, you know? But also, yeah, you're right. Those are the jobs that are going to be here no matter what happens with all the computer stuff and the AI. You can't, yeah, the
And
computer
let's
isn't going to fix your electricity.
That's right. And let's be clear, so-called blue collar jobs actually pay pretty well.
Yeah.
The sanitation workers who pick up our trash here in New York City, they make a decent salary. And you know what? They should.
Absolutely.
And so there shouldn't be any judginess over an honest day's work.
No, no, and a lot of them, well, before things went really wild, they were making six figures. I don't even know what they're making now. Yeah, it's really good. So I told my kids, like, I don't care what you do, you need to go to school to do something, you know? My goal was to have a doctor and a lawyer, but also to have a mechanic and a plumber so that we could have like all the things covered because there's seven kids, right? We could have had all the main bases covered, and that didn't go that way.
Heating, what is it? Heating and ventilation?
Right? Yeah, exactly. We don't have that either. But if you need somebody to make you a coffee, take care of your land, Let's see, what
That's
else
right.
can we do? Cook you something.
Sewage. Yeah.
That'll work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. Make you a heck of a cup of coffee. I've got a son that's been a barista forever. So, he
You
needs
know, that's
that.
funny. I remember doing that too. Do all children make their parents coffee? My son doesn't, but I remember doing that for my mom,
Oh,
making the
no, he's
coffee.
like a barista. Like,
Wow.
he
Oh,
has
like,
studied, like,
ooh.
full-on intensive coffee class
Oh. Oh,
things.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 16, I think, when he started at first he started at Starbucks, but then he quit because he wasn't a manager when he was 17, which is a discussion for another day. And, but now he works, like, at a fancy frou-frou place, and, yeah, he knows all the things, like the
Okay.
temperature of this and the exact grain of that, and speaking of that, people would go into Starbucks and say they were sad that their coffee was 186 degrees instead of 184 degrees, and I'm just saying, don't be that guy.
Yeah, don't be that guy. And you're probably wrong anyway. How can you tell two degrees at
No.
that temperature? But maybe I don't.
I like 4 cups of pumps of caramel instead of I don't even know. Anyway,
And you know what? If you're looking to have a business or a side hustle that becomes your main hustle, maybe that's a problem you can solve somehow.
there you go, the coffee problem. Well, we should brainstorm ideas for people because maybe someone needs some ideas.
Well, I'm thinking they could put it in the chat, right?
You can put it in the chat. Yeah,
Right.
or you can message us. If we're not live anymore, you could still put it in the comments. We will read them and get back to you. Because if there's something that Lee and I can do, it's come up with wild ideas.
Yes.
And when anybody starts talking about their business, whether they want it or not, I end up giving them 10,000 ideas.
Yes.
Uh, I don't know if they're taken, but
Well, it's always easier to help others than ourselves,
maybe
right?
that's
To
my
follow
million
through.
dollar idea. You can hire me for an hour and I will literally give you
Yes.
100 ideas.
Do you know what? Oh, here, I actually have it. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I am actually an award winning ideaist. Can
No
I show
way.
you? I am. Can you see
I
this?
can. I can't see what it says though.
It says Lee Uehara, listener's choice, coolest idea, the Coolios 2022. I won an award for having an idea. How kooky is that?
That is so cool. Where did you get this idea award? That's so
Well,
awesome. What are the Coolios? That sounds really awesome too.
yes. Well, can I mention the show that this
Yeah.
is from? So it's called How Cool Is That? It's a 5 minute show where you call in and you leave your idea, your cool idea to solve XYZ problem. And the idea I had related to dog walking and picking up the dog business, when they, make a deposit on the ground.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so Jen and I, between the two of us, we are award-winning idea creators. So we're happy to help you.
Right. And you may not like what I like though is that I may not like somebody's idea, but when they give me ideas, that makes me think about other things and then it helps. So I feel like it's
Absolutely.
always good to bounce things
Absolutely.
off each other, which is how Lee and I, oh my goodness. Speaking about bouncing things off each other, this reminds me of EFT, which is something that if you are looking for your $1 million idea and maybe struggling with money or job stress, like we've been talking about, Lee has a way to help you. This isn't something that we plan in advance, but I don't know if you want to talk about EFT and what it does for people because it's
I
pretty.
would love to. So EFT tapping is like acupuncture without the needles, and you do it with your fingertips on points on your face and on your torso to reduce anxiety and just anytime you're not feeling bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And EFT, it's a cheesy name. It stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and it's to free yourself of those emotions that bog us down, right? Like anger, sadness, frustration, any of those things. And yes, it can be used for money mindset, any kind of mindset that you think you need to get out of and improve or expand yourself from. So love it. And incidentally, I happen to have founded International EFT Tapping Month or World Tapping Month, whatever you want to call it. It's in August, by the way. But so I really believe in it. And it's like anything else. There are modalities out there. Some you'll resonate with, others more than, others. I don't want to sound redundant, but there we go. So it's very helpful. It's changed my life. And Jen could probably offer up a testimonial herself.
I could, because I was going through a really big stress thing, and Lee helped me tap through it because I was losing my mind. And I didn't, because it was because of that. It's amazing. So we can put something in the comments too about yeah. Oh, can I write something here? This is new, guys. This is new for me, and I'm excited. Lee, where can I tell them to go?
You can tell them to go to internationaltappingmonth.com
Okay.
or on Instagram at Tapping Month.
All right. What about you? Is there a place they can go
Oh,
for you, or is that not a thing?
yeah, well, for me personally, you can go to worldofbazzu.com.
Okay.
That's thank you. Oh, look at that. Nice. And if you want to obtain a free activity sheet, or maybe perhaps a custom bazzu drawing or something, feel free to visit me there. And
Oh,
bazoo.
cool. That is all right. I'm trying to spell. Awesome. Okay. Woohoo.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, you like yeah. Dave Hardy likes that TV series on Amazon. That's what that's
Yes.
about. Very cool.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, this is fun. You know what we can do? Look at this.
What? Ooh,
And there
nice. So basically, this is the first time we're using this live streaming app,
it is.
and there are bells and whistles on the back end that we're just figuring out, I suppose.
Exactly. Yeah. And we can show you movies and do all kinds of things, which we're not going to do right now because it would be distracting and then I wouldn't be able to come back. So that's okay. All
But
right.
this
So,
is your show, so you can definitely come back.
yeah.
But let's go back to the $1 million weekend. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah. And so I don't think you're going to make your $1 million in the weekend. That's fair to say. But you can get a certificate saying you graduated by reading the book. You can get that in a weekend. And and then you can find a friend. Like I found Lee, right? And I think we're gonna do this and make a plan together and make our $1 million. But I think, okay, I'm gonna be honest, Noah, who didn't show up when I asked. I don't think that it's fair to name your book $1 million Weekend, because it's the $1 million planning weekend.
Or the $1 million, planting the seed of making $1 million weekend, right? And really, it's just about taking action. What's one thing you can do today other than ask somebody for $1? I really think we need to set our sights higher.
Right? Yeah. So, because I was gonna put on the thumbnail, make $1 million. And Lee's like, no, we can't tell people that because it's not true. And I feel like now that we've really gone through the book and discussed it, it's the
But
same that
but
type.
didn't you put a question mark at the end of the?
Well, I said we're
Okay.
gonna look into it. Yeah. Do
Okay,
you
great.
believe the hype? That's what I said. And Lee, do we believe in the hype? Thumbs up for yes or thumbs down for no?
Which hype are we talking about?
Can
Because
you
we
make $1
mentioned
million in a weekend, Lee?
uh,
Using this
n-
book, starting from zero.
uh, so generally no, but what if you you manifest a lottery ticket? Not that I am a proponent of buying a lottery ticket, but I don't want to cut anybody off from potential manifestations and abundance by saying no, you can't. However, the premise of $1 million weekend is that you must be patient to make your millions by planting seeds and cultivating them and taking action every day toward it. But so would that be a thumbs down? I don't want to give a thumbs down for the
I
book.
do love Noah Kagan. I
Yes.
do. So I'll give a an,
We'll give a, you got to do the work and
you
you
got to
have to
do the
be
work.
consistent,
And
right?
$1 million weekend to plan to make your money, yes. However, yeah, not going to make it in
Right.
a weekend.
You have to take action. And you know what? Here's the thing. It's okay to not take action and not want to do entrepreneurial type of things once you have done the research and sussed it out. That's okay too. It's kind of like you tried the chocolate fancy parfait and you're like, I still prefer strawberry. That's okay too. But just give it a real go before you then say, that's not for me. Because also in one of Noah's show episodes, he did say that if you are a W 2 working person, you get W 2s, you are never going to become a billionaire or a millionaire. So the chances are very slim. And if that is one's goal, if that's your goal, then you're gonna have to put in the work and the premise and all of the steps and the tips in the book $1 Million Weekend. So if that prompts you to take action and get going, then I give it a thumbs up.
There you go. Well, plus, there's a lot of people that have all these ideas and their family's like, no, 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 that's so stupid. So they never do it. Okay.
Right.
Like,
Right.
for instance,
Yeah. Don't listen
I
to the
came up with the
naysayers.
idea of the wipey warmer for babies because the wipes were so cold. And all my family said, that's a dumb idea. Okay.
It's not
Now
dumb at all.
forward to my third child, and what is in every freaking baby store? Wipey warmers. I also came up with an idea for a magazine to help people save money because I like to save money. And everyone's like, why are people going to pay to save money? And now, what do you find everywhere? Okay, so my point is, if you have an idea and people tell you it's dumb, use Noah's thing and see if you can find three other people outside of your normal circle. And if they think it's a good idea, do pursue it.
Well, the trick there though is three people who will pay for it within 48 hours.
Right. So, I mean, you have to
Yes.
go do the work. But
Yes.
just because your family tells you or your close friends that it's dumb doesn't necessarily mean it's dumb.
Well, that's what happened with the FedEx guy. He was in business school at the University of Illinois somewhere. I can't remember which branch, but he in the business school he submitted the plan, and the professor laughed at him.
Yeah. It's great. Well, like Charles Schultz, he went to Disney and Disney told him to quit drawing because he was never going to be successful. So,
What?
yeah.
Know that? Oh,
Oh,
that
yeah. I
gives
mean,
me
they were
hope.
they were like full on. I have a hair and I'm trying not to, but it's there. Yeah, and so you just never know. I don't know. So I like the idea of getting the three orders in 48 hours because it
Yes.
kind of pulls you out. It A makes sure that it is a valid idea, but
Yes.
also,
Hey, Jen,
yeah,
will you buy some bazzu stickers for me this weekend?
sure.
Okay,
There's one.
one.
There's one. I love it. Oh my God.
Just
See, and
have to
I'm trying to put together some AI things, so I
ask.
did the video about the AI thing because I feel like that would blow everyone's mind, and it did not. So, I mean, that just goes to show you, though, that the ideas that you think are wonderful might not be wonderful. Because I thought people would see it and share it with everybody and be like, oh my gosh, I don't have to know what's for dinner. I could just throw my pictures of my friend. Did you see the video?
Yes, I was going to ask if people didn't grab
No,
that.
people
They
did not grab on.
So let's explain. So the other day, Jen posted an amazing video on how to use Chat GPT or AI in a practical sense, and what she did was brilliant by sending a photo of the contents of her refrigerator to Chat GPT and asking it to give her dinner ideas and recipes based on those ingredients. I thought that was brilliant. And people didn't they like your shower thoughts. Is that it? Do you
They
have a
like the
shower
shower
thought
thought
for us
better. Yeah,
today
the
on
shower
million?
thought that said that what's for dinner is the most dreaded question, that took off. It only took off though. Okay, so in the beginning, I said, this is the most dreaded question is what's for dinner? And at the end, I said, I have the solution. Go watch this other video. It tanked until I took off the end. telling people how to find the solution. And then they loved it. I don't understand, but it is in the description. They can go and find the answer. But yeah, no, people don't like that at all. It's one of my lowest videos. And it made me so sad because I really thought, here is a viral idea. What mom who has been taking care of people all day and then, 4:30 rolls around and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even care what you eat. Like, have the bag of chips. I don't care. I'm tired, right? You don't even have to do that anymore. Literally take a picture and input, like, that's it, and type. You do have to type it out, but I even gave them they don't even have to type it. They have to copy and paste.
Okay, so
So
that's the thing with being an entrepreneur or solopreneur is you try something and don't let it discourage you. You just keep going, and trying different things. And I will say that I somewhere uh, along my online travels, I ran across something that said, "What's for dinner?" is like the question that you will be asked for the rest of your life when you get married. And then when you have kids. So like that's what your life becomes. What's for dinner?
yeah, exactly. And it's funny because, my husband retired and now he's home and I'm working, and so he's being asked that question, and he's like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
What?
Colin came over. Colin, this is
Hi,
so
Colin.
exciting." Okay, so Colin, not Cromwell, is one of my law tubing friends. He is the first law tuber that I interviewed, and he does all these court things, and he has brought some of his friends over to see us, and I am so excited because he is
Yay.
so
What's a
cool.
law tuber?
So,
Oh,
okay,
law tuber. Got it.
oh my
Forgive
gosh.
me.
You
Forgive
guys, it's
me.
a
I'm
Cohen raid. I am so excited. This is so cool, you
woohoo.
guys. And I have to be honest, I am not good at keeping up with things like Colin is. So we've got Crazy Cat, Bad Rooster, Legal Fiction, Robert, Jason, all these people coming over. We just jumped up to so many people. All right, guys. You guys are so cool.
Do you want to bring him up?
So we're going to, what's that?
Do you want to bring him up?
I have no idea how to do that. All
What
right,
do you
guys. So this is what we're talking about. I'm going to educate Lee a little bit on law, and you guys can put things in the comments. Colin, let's go. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. All right.
gosh.
So Lee, you guys, has never watched court on YouTube. So what I would love you guys to do is put in the comments. Can you go put some of Colin's links to like some of it, maybe short videos? Colin, there's a couple, that you could put in there, and then she can go, and anybody else who's watching, because a lot of my podcast friends don't know about court YouTube, and I've tried to explain it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so entertain us.
But can I just jump in?
Yeah.
In my defense, and I don't know if I'm opening a can of worms here, but I believe in jury duty. And I recently had, well, not last year, has it been, it's almost been a year since I set foot in the court and did my civic duty and served as a juror. And I will have you know that we were able to vote not guilty and avoid sending a young man to prison. So while I may not watch it yet, I have done my civic duty. Okay. So put in the chat if you've served on jury duty or if you tried to get out of it. Now, if you're a parent or
How do I
caregiver
bring you
of
up, Colin?
someone, yes.
How do I bring him up?
Yeah, so just give them the link to there must
Oh,
be a
yeah.
link for
Okay.
guests,
Yeah.
right? The same link. And then he should be able to come up.
You know what, you guys? I am learning
Hi,
all of
Jelly
this. You know what
Beans.
I'm doing? I'm
Hi.
posting the link to join me,
Yes.
and a few of you can all join. I can have up to 12 people.
That's nice. That's
I'm posting.
awesome. Thorina, that's so lovely. Oh,
Aw, are you
nice.
a little cool again? Okay, so here's what's the cool
How
thing,
do I not watch court TV? Because I
because she hasn't tried it. That's why. She
didn't
hasn't
know it was a
tried
thing.
it yet. All right. So I put the link out to join us. Anybody can come up here that wants to. You guys are so cool. It is better be in the game than watching for the stands. Okay, so you guys are so cool. This is awesome. All right. This is fun. So what we were talking about until Colin gets up here, we're talking
Ooh,
about million
Crystal.
dollar weekend. Can
Yes.
you make $1 million in a weekend? The answer
That,
is you cannot, but
no, but that wasn't the premise of the book, though, in
oh, it
fairness,
turns out, hey,
right?
Lori.
Oh my
Lori,
God.
we need some light on you, girl. You have a light? Can you put something on your face so we can
Yes.
see it? All
Oh,
right. While you do that, let's see. Drunk Beaver Productions says he had.
Oh, I didn't do my hair.
that's okay.
You're
You look
fine. You're
beautiful.
fine. You know what? Life is
Oh,
just about showing up. It doesn't matter about your hair. Hi,
Colin,
Colin.
okay, Lee,
Colin.
Colin is so cool. He's going to explain it to you.
Okay, explain it, and then tell me what you think of Bazoo, because maybe I could do a series of court stuff with him. I don't know.
Lee,
Colin,
I'm not
nice
going
to
to lie.
meet
I
you.
wonder if anyone
What?
else is going to tell you what I told you about Bazoo. So anyway, all right, let's let Colin talk.
I think I'm living through a loop.
Okay, so let's. Can you mute Lori for a sec, Jen?
Yeah.
You've got the ultimate controls. Whoa.
Okay.
All right, Colin, take it away.
Well, first off, I don't know who Bazoo is.
Oh, Bazoo's the little guy on her thing. It's her creation. Can you
Oh,
see a picture?
Little Bazoo. Okay, I see that now. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. But you don't know what LawTube is, so
That's right. So we're even.
let's exchange information.
Absolutely.
So LawTube is a community of court watchers who watch court on YouTube and other various platforms and just react to court. We watch court all day long, and we laugh at some things, we cringe at some things, we criticize some people. It's pretty much what it is. But we
All
watch
right.
court. We watch
So
court.
it's you have a like a court reaction show.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. You know, friend Brittany Felix has a reaction show on YouTube for paranormal stuff. And I ran across her the other day and she was like, "Oh, I can't believe I get to just react to stuff all day." And I was like, "What an awesome job." And in my head I was like, "What could I watch that I could react to with such passion? I don't know, but maybe I'll try it."
Check some court stuff out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know you. I am sorry, but my name is Colin. It's
Hi,
nice to meet you.
Colin.
This
I'm
is
Lee.
Oh, and you
Nice to
know,
meet you.
while everyone's here, I tell you what. So I've got an interview coming up that I don't know. I don't know. You guys are going to find it fascinating, but I've got Judge Stevens coming up. So if you guys have questions that you want me to ask Judge Stevens, definitely put them in the chat. His interview is going to be way different. So Lee, so every judge has a personality. Okay.
Yes.
So okay. Long story short, in America, we have a right to see what's going on in court. And in the unfortunate incidents that we can't say the word of 2020, court people couldn't go. And so they had to do something to let people in, so they streamed it. Well, when people could go back, some of the judges were like, wait a minute, this is good because of the world can see what happens in court. So they left it streaming. But it's kind of boring to sit there and watch all day because there's a lot of downtime. So what people like Colin do, are you ready for this? He has court running for 12 hours a day, and then he pulls out the best 1 hour of cases
My God.
and puts it on. And then they all talk about it because if he just played it without saying anything, YouTube would flag it. So he's like, "Hey guys," and then he's got this incredible group, and they are there every day, and he streams every day at 8 o'clock, and he's just awesome.
Wow. 8 o'clock a.m., p.m. Eastern. Where are you, Colin?
I am in Ohio. I'm in Eastern Standard.
Oh,
So
nice.
8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Where are you at?
I'm in New York City, but I'm from Chicago.
She's in
So
Manhattan.
Midwest.
Don't let her, she like walks in Central Park in his very fancy pants.
But let's just let Lori, you're fine. Please don't be embarrassed. You're doing just fine. I don't know what happened, but welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, we got the. I'm trying to figure out this. We got a chat. I figured out how to use it. Nice.
I know.
So Lee, what do you do for a living?
Right. I am a photographer and illustrator. And
That's awesome.
thank you. And so I'm jumping into it with Jen's assistance. I'm jumping into the world of Bazoo, if you can see above my head. And so he brings love, joy, and humor and the side of learning to the world, and also to sensitive people of all ages. So socks, stickers, books, cards, the whole thing. But he's never watched YouTube law YouTube either. LawTube? What'd you call it?
LawTube, yeah.
LawTube.
The Latu community, yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So then this is basically what happened, Lee, was I was doing shower thoughts, and
Yeah.
shower thoughts are going pretty well. They're kind of off the chain. But then there is a judge that the LawTube community watches, and her name is Judge Boyd. And if you have to, that's on my podcast. That's on my regular podcast because she's phenomenal. And so I've never had 60,000 downloads on my podcast, but I have that many views of her interview because everyone loves her and she's brilliant. And then I interviewed Judge Rosie, and she is also brilliant, completely different than Judge Boyd. And then Judge Stevens is something else. And Colin has got some really good judges too. He does interviews with. A lot of the LawTubers don't interview judges, but Colin is so into it that he takes road trips and goes to where the judges are and meets them in person.
Can you see this?
Oh, Colin is sensitive like most of us. I love it.
You just hold on. I clipped that.
He's got a gavel.
You got it?
Yeah, I just clipped it. Thank you.
Really cool. Oh my gosh.
I'm keeping that.
Yes, absolutely.
When the world of bazzu goes crazy, I've got one.
There you go, right?
There you go. Oh, wait. Delete that one and here, do this one.
Oh, Judge Manning. Okay, I would really like to get Judge Manning.
Okay, you ready, Colin?
And also,
that way you know it's going to be real. There we go.
But I don't know who that is.
Yep, I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Signed one. There you go. I'm putting number 1.
Oh.
There you go. All right, so Colin, who is Buff Lift? Because this is in the comments, and everyone talks about that, but I don't know who that one is.
It's the bailiff of Judge Simpson.
Okay.
So Judge Simpson's bailiff is this mountainous of a man, and as a straight white guy, he is probably the gorgeous black man I've ever seen in my life. I'll just say that. He is.
Thanks, Bad Rooster.
Yeah, he's kind. He's.
Bye, Bad Rooster.
I don't know. No, I'm blushing. I'm blushing now just thinking about meeting him. I'm blushing. No, just he's Judge Simpson's bailiff, and I don't know what else to say. Read the chat. They'll explain him to you. His name's Mr. Allen, and we just coined the term Buff Lift, so we call him Buff.
Can somebody get a picture of him and put it up? Because I would love to see it.
I do. I've got plenty.
Well, you've got pictures of you with him, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't know how to share it on here.
I don't either. Can we put them in the comment? I don't know. See, this is okay, guys. So this is the deal. This is the first time I've gone live, and which is part of the reason Lee is with me, because I thought, okay, I'm going to sit here and talk for an hour, and maybe I'll be super boring. I don't know, because I'm trying to handle the controls and do that. The ladies seem to like him. I love it. And so Lee and I just decided to talk about something random, which is this book and bazzu and all the things. And I was going to explain to her what a sovereign citizen is. I tried a little bit, but yeah.
No, I want to hear what you say. I got to hear what you say. No, I'll correct you, but you got to start. You got to start.
What I said was a sovereign citizen is somebody that takes rules out of our Constitution, like you can travel without a document or whatever, and then they decide they don't need to have a driver's license because that's what it said 200 years ago, and they follow those laws. And they don't think they have to follow all the laws now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's the baby version of.
That is the baby version. If you're going to read a one-page book from a baby book, that would be the version. So, a sovereign citizen is, like you said, the sovereign citizen movement is based on the Constitution, the constitutional rights to do a few things. They don't believe in state statutes. So the Constitution says that you have the right to travel. Now, as long as it's not for commerce, you can travel freely wherever you want to. State statutes say you have to have a driver's license, you have to have, this ID, you can't drive on our public roads without this, and this. Sovereign citizens say, no, the U.S. Constitution says I can, therefore I will. So since the U.S. Constitution governs everything, you can't say that, I can't travel. You can't say that. That's the basis of the movement. There's a lot more into it, but that's kind of the quick synopsis of it.
And they don't believe in state laws, and they constantly tell the judges that they're supposed to. What are they? They're supposed to read their what? What's
the oath of office?
Oh, they want them to read their oath of office every time, and the judges are like, "No, that's not going to happen." And I was talking to someone I know who is in law school, and I said, why though? Why do they get away with arguing with the judges and not, being held in contempt right away? And the reason is because there's all these loopholes and things, and they do not want them to be able to come back and have a legit complaint and all this stuff. So they have to hear them out. And it's really interestingly. Lee needs to see a sob sit. A short sob sit.
Like what channel? Where do I go for this?
Well, you're going to go to youtube.com/ at Colin, Colin, put in COOLIN with Colin, COLIN. He's got so much stuff. It's wild.
And Jelly Beans, you said you have oil all over from work. What do you do? No, he said because.
So explain the fringe. Crazy Cat said explain the fringe flag.
Put the link of Colin so I didn't get it. I'm visual. You like.
I'll be Peter and I'll put it in.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't do well in spelling bees because I have to sit there and visualize the letters.
Okay, now Colin, make sure that I put this right in the chat.
And Drunk Beaver Productions, you're so sweet. What do you produce?
Everything.
Started with the Daryl. See, now the thing with me is I watch them. I enjoy it. I learn things, but then I forget what the people's names are. So I am no good at saying watch this one or that one or whatever. What kind of oil? Yeah, though that's the thing. Yeah. So Lee, I'm telling you what.
I wrote it down.
You are a curious person.
Yes, I am.
And you like to go down rabbit holes. I'm guarantee you.
With the best of them.
You will watch several of these things. Was that my husband that says depends on what kind of, okay, you know what? That's fine.
Your husband. That's
and
okay.
I'm laughing from the other room. That's funny.
No, but wait, did Jelly Beans leave? Where'd you go, Jelly Beans?
I run bullet machines and end up fixing them all day.
But listen. Okay. But getting back to and feel free to weigh in, Colin. Getting back to the topic at hand, which was $1 Million Weekend. The premise is if you want to start a business in a weekend, you can. And if you are patient and you follow the tips that were given and that are given in the book, then eventually you can get to your $1 million plus revenue. And so I just want to bring it back. And so the question is, all of you law tubers who have joined the party tonight, we're so glad you did. Are any of you entrepreneurs, solopreneurs? Do you have any tips that you can hand out?
Look at you, Lee. You always know good questions to ask.
Can we rewind this a little bit? Because I want to answer this question.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like you fast forwarded. So you said $1 million over a weekend, and then you went into starting a business. So
So the premise of today's live is: do we believe the hype? Okay. The book is called $1 Million Weekend. Now, I love Noah Kagan. Okay. He wrote it. He's done like Mint.com, AppSumo, all these things. But Noah Kagan gets a thumbs down from me for the idea. It's not $1 million weekend. It's a planning weekend for your $1 million future. But apparently those words were too long to put. So we had to finagle it a little bit, because the plan is you can make your plan. And he does you can make a whole plan to make your $1 million business. You can test it out. You can do all the things. $1 million ain't happening.
Okay. See, so rewind even before that. I thought we were talking about it. I didn't know we were rating it. I didn't know we were reviewing and critiquing.
I'm just
it.
rating
Okay,
it.
all right. And see, so now it's confusing because Cellulite Yoga Pants says that they don't think a person can make $1 million by just working weekends. Well, it depends on what you're doing on those weekends. Right?
Okay. Also, okay. So Cellulite Yoga Pants. So this is look at Colin. So Lee and I are podcasters, and so we go to podcasting conventions. I won't name names because I'm going to say something that has nothing to do with the convention itself. Just some of the BS that happens there, which is tons of people telling you that you can make 6 figures in 6 months. And if I hear it 10x one more time, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. Stormy Daniels. Yeah. Well, okay. There's that. See, but so you can, depending on what you do, but so we hear all this crap like in the entrepreneurial space because we see the same webinars and the same crap, and we're just kind of tired of that. But this book actually does give you a valid plan. It's just not to make $1 million in a weekend or over weekends.
All right, now that I understand what the question was, can I answer it?
Yes.
Okay, wait. I just want to make sure we're clear that the book is not telling anyone you're going to make $1 million in a weekend. The book is outlining action steps to take to come up with your idea and start your business in a weekend, whether that's starting the website, putting out stickers for sale, or whatever it is.
I love it, actually.
Colin, take it away.
So I'm going to double down on your book theory. Are either one of you familiar with The Outliers?
Yes.
Yes.
That's Malcolm Gladwell, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's absolutely possible to create a business idea that could create you $1 million over a weekend. Not, the plan over a weekend.
Right.
If you're the first person to come up with it, if you're ahead of the curve, it's like YouTube channels, which is what I do.
Jelly beans, definitely not.
Stay away from pyramid screens. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm 2 years behind the curve of LawTube channels. If I started my LawTube channel 2 years ago when the virus that we cannot say online happened, I'd be blown up like all these big YouTube channels are. So it's a lot. It has a lot to do with timing. Has a lot to do with your personality. Has a lot to do with your drive. Has a lot to do with more than just a business plan. The business plan is a start to it, but you also have to have planning. You also have to be ahead of the curve, which is why I referenced the Outliers book. So yeah, it's absolutely possible. But if you're just trying to copy someone else's idea, it's not going to work. You have
but, and I don't know how many followers you have. Clearly, you have a lot because otherwise they wouldn't have come over. But thank you. I think though, I want to push. What?
Shout out to my followers, everyone that's here.
They rock. I love them so much.
And thank you, Jen, for letting us crash your.
No, I think this is so cool.
Well, I think I'm the one.
No disrespect interrupting you. Please continue.
No. I think I'm the one that said, "Can you bring them up?" But anyway, so more the merrier, right? But we will use mute if anybody is, not nice. But that's not the case here.
Oh no, these are never.
Okay.
No,
but I'm gonna push back on that a little bit, Colin, because you know how many bottled water companies keep popping up and continuing to make a gazillion dollars. I think that it's the person or the showrunner who drives the energy and the revenue potential, right? And so you're Colin and no one else is Colin. No one else is going to be commenting like you are. People are going to gravitate toward you because of you and what you bring to the arena, so to say. So maybe you weren't the first, right? But you certainly can still make a difference because you are who you are. And so for anyone watching thinking, I really love and I have a passion for XYZ, but there are already too many out there. Do it anyway. I mean, and another example is Jennifer Hudson and Kelly Clarkson and Oprah. The talk show market is saturated, but then and Drew Barrymore, but all these people come up and they do it. And so
but they're so famous.
Yeah, but who cares? I mean, you know what? There are a lot of people who have a lot more viewers and have YouTube channels. And I don't think that I'm going off on a tangent here, but basically my point is, Colin, I'm pushing back only because it sounds like you're very successful, and if I'm meeting YouTube royalty right now and I don't realize it, forgive me. I'm no disrespect, but I think that while you may be late, anybody, you, not just Colin, but if you think you're late, but you still have the passion and the drive, you're going to win out time after time. Because here's the thing, a lot of people who join and get in and hop on the wagon and everything, they peter out because they don't have the internal drive and passion that perhaps you, Colin, and all of you watching have for whatever it is that you want to do. Okay.
There we go. Lee, that is going to be recorded and it's going to be posted as a motivational speech for everybody.
Yay!
I just want to say, if you want to start a water company, did you know that purified water is tap water? That's what it is. That's why it's purified. It's crazy.
You know what? I have $1 million weekend idea for you right now. If you want to start a water company, figure out a way to make salt water drinkable water.
Yes.
Figure out a way to do that cheaply, because it's possible. You can do that. The science is out there. It's possible to do. But to do it cheaply, that's your weekend idea. If you can figure out a way to do that,
yes,
and you have an unlimited source of water to do that,
yes,
that's your $1 billion idea right there.
Thank you. So, Jelly Beans, you didn't answer the question. What is it that you do that you're working around machines and oil?
Oh yeah, wasn't it?
Did I miss it?
I think
yes. QuickBooks. Okay. Yes. So Jen has put and you know what? Use the library to get this book.
Well, I got it for free, so that was really cool.
Oh, how'd you get it for? Yeah, never mind. Oh, okay. Colin, here's the question. You run a business based on your law tubing?
He's a YouTuber. That's what he does.
You can call it that, yeah.
Okay, so what tips? Forget about Noah. We've got Colin here. Colin, what are your tips to get started?
Find something that you want to do. Find something.
And then what? Then what?
Just start putting out content. That's all it is start putting out content. Put it out early, even if you think it's terrible and your production sucks. Keep putting it out. Get better as it goes. Start. You got to start.
That's right. And that's the premise of the book. Start.
All right. Now I'm going to ask Colin what I asked you, Lee.
Yes.
So Colin, when the gold rush happened, because we were talking about, knowing how to start a business, who made the most money in the gold rush?
The Rockefellers.
Well, like for the gold, yes. During that time period, yes. But it was the people who sold shovels, because the gold people, right? It was the people that sold shovels. So the point is, you don't have to have.
I answered the question. You were asking this level. I answered it on this level.
I know, man. You're way up there, but also Colin's going to take the Elsa, and he's brilliant. So,
yes. But Colin, let me ask you: when you started, do you have a logo now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a logo when you uploaded your first video?
No.
There you go. So, folks,
Serena, thank you so much.
Yes, the premise is no matter what, get started. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can build and improve as you go along. I've one of my podcasts, I changed the name a bazillion times. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I want to hear more from Colin. Do we have time? When does this end?
It ends now because it's after 10, but that's okay. So yes, legal fiction. Levi Strauss was the second one because that's when they came up with the jeans. And I was telling Lee it was really gross because these people would wear the same pair of pants forever, and those were the ones that lasted. And then Jelly Beans said yes. They answered they run 4 bullet machines, and when they're fixing them, they pour oil and grease on them.
Wait, time out. What's a bullet machine?
Well, is it making bullets? That's kind of what and yes, yeah.
Okay, wow. Well, there's,
right.
So you're mechanical. Do you work on your own cars too? And then the other thing too is, who was it? Crazy Cat said the store owners. That was my thing. When she asked me, I said the saloon owners.
Right? Because everyone needs booze. Right. Also, I want to just tell you guys, so my idea is to help people with AI, because that's what I do. And I do it in person, I do it online. And I had this brilliant video that I thought was going to take off and be my $1 million video, like, or not make me any money, but like people would like it. And it tells you how to get ideas for dinner by just taking pictures of your refrigerator and you put it into chat and you say, I want 5 meals from this. And it gives you 5 meals. And then you say, I want the recipe for this one. And it gives it to you. Zero thinking needed. And do you know who likes it? No one. No
But
one.
wait, we can't end tonight's show because Colin just took his hat off. He's getting
I know the hair has
comfortable.
arrived. All right, you guys, I just have to say thank you so much.
I'm sweating. I'm sweating. I took my hat off because I'm sweating. Like I felt the beads of sweat come down my head. I had to take my hat off.
The hair has arrived.
One over here too, because for some reason I have sequin pants and a sequin dress on. I am like
on pants.
I do. Usually this is funny. You guys are knowing this.
Who puts on pants?
Pajama pants on with sequin tops. But look, no, I do. It's pants, man.
I'm in shorts.
It's like a Vegas. There you go. We got legs. Okay, Jelly Beans makes the lead cord.
It is 90 degrees here. I'm not wearing pants right now.
Oh, no.
Okay. Lead cores that go inside projectiles. People that reload their own ammunition, buy our bullets, projectiles that go boom from guns. I love it.
Wow. And so to circle back,
cool.
That's real. So I was before you guys arrived and got the party started for real. I was talking about how I'm into the Jack Reacher book series, and this particular book that I'm reading, I think book number 12, it talks a lot about bullets and uranium and titanium and all that stuff. So that's the one link I have. So Jelly Beans, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Jelly Beans. Dave, you're silly. I don't know if it can. Colin skips leg day. Colin does not skip leg day. You guys are silly. There's the link for the thing for
I run. I do not skip leg day because I run. So.
Oh, there you go.
Leg days every day, but I don't with my legs. I run. So yeah, I do skip leg day, I guess.
Well, I feel like running is leg day. Like
right.
So, Dave is just laughing. I don't even know why I can hear it from here, Dave. I don't know. You got to share in the chat what you're laughing at. Anyway, you guys, it's 10. You're amazing. I appreciate you so much. You've been with Colin since 8. And so Lee, another thing that they do is there's a Discord channel. And so then he'll go live and then they all go in there and they talk. And then Fozzie has a poker game that goes on sometimes at all hours. Nice. And it's a big group of friends that are more like family. It's not like people just commenting on YouTube like you would think of strangers. It's a whole different thing. So
definitely look at the chat.
We're a community for sure.
Absolutely. So thank you everybody for joining us. You're amazing. This has been the most strange live and variety of topics ever, but it's been fun.
You're welcome.
So, absolutely. I'm trying to type and say hi at the same time. Okay, that's. It was so great to meet you, Colin, and Jelly Beans, yes, and Thorina, and Cellulite Yoga Pants, and Beverly Proudfoot, and all y'all. How many names can I say before we close out? Jay, Beverly Proudfoot, MB, Legal Fiction, Steve Bennett, Crazy Cat, Albie, Lori Loves Law, go do jury duty. Okay, what else? Who else? Crazy Cat, Thorina. Okay, so you have a lot of people, but Lolly 77, Legal Fiction. Did I say that? Crazy Cat, Lolly 77, Marie Mo.
You had over 10,000.
Okay, that's Crystal Fullaway. Fullaway. And thank you all. It was really nice to YouTube meet you all. And I will check out, based on Jen's and Colin's recommendations, I'm going to check out Law Tubing. Did I say it right? Law Tubing?
Nailed it.
And if you're ever in New York City, hit me up for a coffee dog walk in Central Park. I always have to walk my dog, and that's when I do my social visits. So hit me up. Love to hang out. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. You guys rock. I love you so much more today. Mwah! You're amazing. Have a great night. Sleep well, I hope. Don't watch court too late. That's
or do and create more content out of it.
And then go watch Kathy at 4:30 in the morning because,